stars shine light in the nighttime. Shine less when I'm in my right mind. I'm blessed where I am. In the light is where I stand. Messiah, lead us in a cloud full of smoke and fire. Messiah, lead us in a cloud full of smoke and fire.
Hey yo, the telephone poles look like crosses in the hood. Feel like the son of man might be hanging off the wood. Bless the land, no more murder, heard he could. Call 100,000 angels, I'm just praying that he would. This a dark place with big money like Park Place. Destitute prostitutes burning rubber like a car chase. This is where I'm from and people ask me why the hard face. Shots to ring out and have you searching for a cross space. This feel like the lowest, this is subject for the poets. And you know it, politically incorrect, they do not show this. Less is part of a motive to deceive you. Lord Pharaoh is oppressing your people when we need you. Lord, we need you.
Bright stars shine light in the nighttime. Shine less when I'm in my right mind. I'm blessed where I am. In the light is where I stand. Messiah, lead us in a cloud full of smoke and fire.
Yes, that was indeed Brother Eshawn Burgundy. That was Smoke and Fire. What's good, y'all? What's good? It's been a minute. Man, it feels good to be back. Babylon was trying to take a brother out, man, literally. Jeez, man. I'm so glad when this system comes to an end, man. They're trying to monopolize all our time so we can't even think straight, man. This place, just the stuff you got to do just to make ends meet for your family is just ridiculous in this place. But it was planned. It's for a reason. And ultimately, it's for our good. So I don't get frustrated by it because I just be like, yeah, I know this is your plan to bring down this crazy whore called Babylon, man. But it's good to be back. It's good to come through again. I had to come by because a lot's been going on. Lots of crazy stuff's been going on. And it's been a lot of noise out there in the system, man. Especially just, man, is it just me or has people just like been losing their minds lately? Like all kinds of just goofy stuff happening. You got the whole Candace Owens and Kanye wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. You got everybody getting divorced. I think Tia Mowry divorcing her husband. The Tom Brady's wife filed for divorce from him. And then they making a doggone TV show out of Amber Heard. They made a TV show already out of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Like, I can't make this up. They already got a TV show. Come on, man. Yeah, they got a TV show, bro. Like, come on. Y'all can't tell me this junk is not fake. How in the world they get a TV show that fast? The thing just happened. It was like a month or so ago, and now they got a TV show going about the whole doggone trial. I'm like, how, Sway? How? Because it's all scripted. It's all a sham. It's all a show. You got the clowns coming out. You know, they always bring the clowns out when the rodeo dude fall off the bull. What happened? They bring the clowns out to distract him. He ride them, get what he need out of them, and to keep the bull from coming back and coming after him, they give him little distractions. Look. It's like they waving sock puppets in front of everybody's face. It's junk goofy, man. But they put all this stuff in front of you to keep you from noticing the real thing that's happening. You feel it happening, but you don't really feel it, and you can't pay attention to it. So they put all this little fake and nonsense and games all out in front of you, man. This junk wild, man. This junk is wild. They got a TV show for Amber Heard and Johnny Depp already. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why? How? This is junk goofy, man. It's goofy. And then now all of a sudden they bringing out all these African movies. I just saw Will Smith got one coming out now. I guess after he done slapped the Negro, he feel like he got to come and, you know, make up for the brownie points. This junk, you can't break it up, man. This junk is crazy. These people is absolutely insane. But the reason why they want to keep you entertained with all these little distractions and all this goofiness, we ain't even going to talk about that doggone woman king nonsense. Well, it's so funny to me to see all the white liberals like, oh, this is so empowering. Oh, this is so good. And even see the ignorant Hebrews going and gushing about it. And I'm like, y'all don't know that this the tribe that sold us into slavery. So why is this the only tribe to get a movie? Like, well, that's kind of sus to me. It's kind of sus to me. They trying to keep you distracted, man. They kind of keep you distracted because the Babylon is falling. The influence in Babylon is not just falling politically, but it's falling artistically and it's falling monetarily. We're going to talk about the monetary part this one, you know what I'm saying? But artistic is just self-evident. Like I'll go into that later. I'm going to go into that. The stuff I show y'all won't believe. I didn't believe some of this stuff exists. And the fact that these things exist now, I'm like, this place is over, is done. Put a fork in it. I don't understand how these delusional people still running around calling this the best nation ever. I'm like, y'all crazy. Israel existed. Y'all stupid. Israel existed. Shoot, y'all tripping. Y'all absolutely tripping. I want to show I'm gonna pull this up here, put myself in a little corner. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it, because we're gonna cover something real quick here. We're gonna talk about the monetary policy, but I want to show y'all because they be putting smoke and mirrors out there. You know, a lot of people think I be tripping when I'm like, oh, the media be lying. Oh, they be like, oh, this been read. Oh, just a conspiracy theory. Oh, it's always something like this. You're gonna see it with your own eyes. You're going to see it with your own eyes. I'm not going to, I'm just going to play this. So this is Investopedia. If you want to learn how the Ponzi scheme that is our economy, or this American economy, and ours is theirs, the American economy. If you want to learn how this whole thing works, Investopedia is a good place to go. And I recommend you do that so you can kind of understand what's going on and kind of see what's going through and the things that's happening right now. Because right now, I'm gonna just let this thing speak, and then when I say what I say, it'll make more sense. So I'm gonna play this little video here from Investopedia. This is real short, so I'm gonna let it play. It's gonna talk about quantitative easing, and I'm gonna let this here play out, and then we'll go in after it. Everybody can hear this. Let me just check this real quick. Y'all good? Y'all can hear it. I want to make sure everything's good. I don't want to be get Mama Susan over here at Facebook trying to okie doke a brother. I saw that they're trying to cut down on conspiracy theory content, so I'm like, okay, good. I appreciate that, Angie. Love you. I appreciate you. I know I didn't holler out nobody's name. I'm gonna holler out everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's I like to just jump in. All right, we're gonna go over this quantitative easing. Securities are basically like stocks and stocks and stuff like that. So they buying in to stocks and basically buying companies. This is what the Federal Reserve does to make the money supply grow again. But I'm gonna let them finish. They always like to throw these little, it's one of the things that I love that they try to do. They throw out these little crazy government cyclical spending. Like, they throw out these little words that kind of confuse you. They do this on purpose. They're doing this on purpose, but we're going to keep it going. Up to, y'all can't hear it. Oh my goodness. How in the world? Let me do this here again. Hold on. I see the twos. Let me do that. Right. So I saw ones in the beginning. You lied to me. Y'all lied to me. I saw ones. All right.
Unconventional monetary policy used by central banks to quickly increase the domestic money supply and spur economic activity.
Let me see if you hear the sound now. I'm watching now. Oh, y'all hear it now? Let me know.
When short-term interest rates are either at or nearing zero,
Okay.
the normal operations of a central bank, which target interest rates, are no longer effective.
Okay.
Quantitative easing increases the money supply by purchasing longer-term securities or other government bonds from the open market. Buying these securities injects new money into the economy. A lower cost of money leads to lower interest rates. When interest rates are lower, banks can lend with easier terms. If QE itself loses effectiveness, a government's fiscal policy can be used to further expand the money supply. As an example, a government purchases long-term government bonds that are being issued to finance counter-cyclical deficit spending, a form of spending designed to counteract the economic cycle. Yet, there's still some risks involved. It can lead to a devalued domestic currency, or, as a worst-case scenario, a QE strategy could cause inflation without the intended economic growth. However, following the 2008 financial crisis, the Federal Reserve implemented a QE program that increased the Federal Reserve's balance sheet as it purchased bonds, mortgages, and other assets. And though it's hard to quantify, most economists believe the program helped rescue the
Now look at the imagery here, y'all. Now just look at the imagery. Look at the imagery. I'm gonna pull it back a little bit because this imagery is everything.
and other assets. And though it's hard to quantify, most economists believe the program helped rescue the U.S. economy. The same tactic was used by other central banks to fight off recession and deflation with similarly inconclusive results.
Now, there's one part I want to focus in on. Most economists believe the program helped rescue the U.S. economy. And look, they got a nice old elder Hebrew looking there all dignified like, yeah, I love this country that beat the crap out of my ancestors. I love it. Taking all my money, taxing me. I love it. So basically, quantitative easing is when they try to force the money supply to go up artificially. Because this is why they took us off of the gold standard way back in 71. Good old Nixon, when he was trying to protect the dollar from the spectators. What he really was doing was, I got y'all gold and we gonna keep it, and that's it. And because they did that, this allows them to do this. They just print money. They just bring it up out of nowhere. They just be printing money. Like it's based off of nothing. The US dollar is just based off of faith. That's it. That's all that's backing it. Because if everybody all of a sudden started to say, nah, we ain't finna do this, then the dollar's done. That's it. It's game over. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing with it. The dollar is over. But they use they have it as fiat currency. That's what they call it when it's not backed by anything. Fiat currency. So that way they can go in and just push it up. So I just did that real quick to show you that. And then remember, most economists believe, I'm going to put it up here again. Most economists believe the program helped rescue the U.S. economy. It rescued the U.S. economy. Did it really though? Did it really though? Did it really though? These folks be lying, man. This is CNBC, so people can't say, oh, he pulling up conspiracy theory websites. He pulling up all this other crazy stuff, and he pulling up all this other crazy. Nah, this is CNBC. Yeah, it's your official sources. Unrelenting inflation is taking a toll, leaving more Americans living paycheck to paycheck. As almost everyone has felt the sting of rising prices. As of August, 60% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck, according to a recent Lending Club report. 60%. That's a lot. That's a lot. That means you walk outside, you probably can look on your hand, and 4 out of 5 folks done out there struggling, out there just walking around, just living the struggle. 60%. A number that hasn't budged much since inflation hit 40-year highs a year ago. The number of adults who felt stretched too thin was closer to 55%. Even high-income earners are feeling the strain, the report found. Of those earning more than 6 figures, 45% reported living paycheck to paycheck, a jump from previous year's 38%. Now, the majority of them folks live in California, because in California, you got to be a millionaire just to have a 3-bedroom house. So that's that. But yeah, even people that's making 6 figures is struggling. This quantitative easing it is not doing the thing. It's doing exactly what all the folks they said was crazy. Peter Schiff calls stuff like this out all the time. They call him a doom and gloomer. They say he crazy. Nah, Peter Schiff be on the money. I don't agree with all the man's politics, but when he come talking about this goofy behind the monetary system, he's on point. He's on point. And now what they don't tell you is when they do all that quantitative easing, see, the dollar is what everything is based on. And when they start pushing up the dollar, it pushes down other currencies. So they've been doing this quantitative easing and raising these interest rates mad hard lately. They say, oh, it lowers interest rates. That's a lie. They've been raising them ever since 2020 when they shut everything down. You can't just shut down an economy that does what they call just-in-time delivery, meaning your grocery stores don't have all this stuff ready. They order it as needed. They be like, okay, we need this, this, and this, and then they order it as needed. If you've been noticing, a lot of stuff been coming. It may come back, but it's slow to come back. It's real slow to come back. And some stuff don't come back at all. They're having a hard time putting these in. I was actually just talking to a brew a couple of days ago, and he worked at one of the local grocery stores out here. And he was like, man, we put trucks in, and sometimes we don't even get the trucks. They don't even get the trucks that come in to deliver nothing to them. They don't even get nothing in there. Other big indicator that the dollar is about to go hit. This one right here is huge, huge, huge. Japan spent $20 billion in its intervention to support yen. 1 week ago, when the Bank of Japan stunned the world in becoming the first central bank to step in and prevent currency collapse. That's huge, y'all. Currency collapse. They had to step in or else they would have just been done. It would have been depression. They just went in bankruptcy. It would have been just a wrap for Japan. And they had to step in. But how they had to do it? They had to do it just days before the Bank of England. That's another one that did it too. We're going to talk about them too. Became the second one. Through a massive open market intervention, the first of its kind in 24 years. We asked, how many tens of billions of dollars did the Bank of Japan just sell? On Friday, we learned the answer. According to Reuters, Japan's government spent up to 2.8 trillion yen, 19.7 billion, intervening in the foreign currency exchange market last week to prop up the yen. Ministry of Finance data showed on Friday draining nearly 15% of funds it has readily available for intervention. What that means is since the dollar is the reserve currency, all countries keep a big number of dollars on deck. So that way they can do business and buy the stuff that they want to buy, because dollars is what you need to buy for oil. And that's pretty much what's the common denominator for what's done in exchanges. However, since America's quantitative easing basically everybody else's currency into the dirt, they had to say, we got to get rid of these dollars to boost our own. We got to get rid of that. Get rid of them dollars. Take them out. We're going to take them out. We're going to buy yen with our dollars. And that's what they did. They bought the yen to boost their own currency. So that way, that joker didn't go belly up. China doing the same thing. China tells state banks to prepare for a massive dollar dump and yuan buying spree as Beijing's prior interventions have failed to stem its currency worst year since 1994. The People's Bank of China has told its major state-run banks to prepare to shed dollar holdings while snapping up offshore yuan, which has continued to fall despite prior interventions. The scale of this latest effort to prop up the yuan will be big and could provide a floor to the Chinese currency, according to the report. The amount of dollars to be sold hasn't been decided yet, but Reuters says it will primarily involve the state bank's currency reserves. Their offshore banks, including those based in Hong Kong, New York, and London, were ordered to review offshore yuan holdings and check and see that dollar reserves are ready. They're getting rid of the dollars. And now China's doing this, China's more strategic. China's not doing this because, oh man, we suck. China's just doing this to just get America. They're giving the screws to America right now. Like China is working America over in every single way. And it's most people don't even realize it. China's got the influence to get at people in Canada and in America that talk crap about China. There's Chinese citizens that are over here that will talk crap about China, and China's like, oh yeah? They get a phone call from their mama and their daddy over in the mainland, and they stuck in the police department, sitting there and chained up on the chairs for hours. This is the kind of stuff they do. China got influence in America, and all these folks over here doing is sitting over here arguing about a doggone mermaid being black. China literally is everything comes from China. China has a zero COVID policy. You got to go and check that out. When they be shutting down all their places, it's not that China's just like, oh, we're just going and we're just so serious about stamping out COVID. No, that's not what it is. China shuts down all the areas that export to America. China is playing the long game right now. China is beating them down in their economy market, and America is going down. I went last week, during the hurricane thing. I went out and everywhere was just full lines of folks just because nobody had power. So I'm like, I don't feel like cooking. I'll go to Portillo's and grab something for me, the little youngin'. So I go there to get us 2 little double cheeseburgers. I go to Portillo's. It's $15 for 1 double cheeseburger meal. A little double cheeseburger, a fry, and a drink. It's $15. Bro, come on, man. Whatever they doing is working. It's working. This junk is ridiculous. Everything is going up. Everything is changing. And these banks are starting to get real tight with the funds too. They're starting to get real tight with it. It's going more. The sterling euro rally against the dollar after the Bank of England buys UK bonds. They did the same thing. They dumped the dollar and started buying some more of their own bonds to boost their own currency. Now, this sounds a lot like Revelations, like how, all the other nations was like, man, it was good to drink with the whore for a little bit, but now, and everybody start turning on the whore. When everybody starts turning, this is what we're looking at. See, sometimes it don't come in the way that it's coming in the way that we know it's going to come, when eventually everybody's like, nah, we done with you. But it's already happening in the underrumblings. This is why they're keeping you distracted with all the nonsense and the little puppet shows and all the stupidity that's going around, because they don't want to hear you to notice. They don't want to give you time to sit down and look at the reason why you go to the grocery store and you buy an apple and a bag of grapes and doing his thing. Doing his little thing. Oh, look at there. Look at that. See, look at that. Interesting. I see how that just kind of tried to cut me off. I never had that happen before. Interesting. Yeah, it went away. It came back. I saw it. I see it, guys. Can you hear me now? It should be back. Can you hear me now? The stream came back up. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, I see it went down and then came back up. That's very interesting. I'm quite sure if I was up here talking crap about, black women, black women can't do this and black women can't do that, or talking about black men, they doing this and they committing crimes and talking about all that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't have no connection. They just randomly disconnected me. I saw that. I was like, really? Interesting. Yeah, they watching these. Exactly. That's exactly. That's exactly it, bro. Oh, he's teaching the Negroes. Shut him down. They on here, they on that other stuff, because this is the real talk right here. This is the stuff that this is why, you had cats like Teo Ministries telling you for longest, y'all need to get ready. This is why you got all the different homestead channels and all the folks like Elephant Man showing y'all how to grow stuff. This is why all this has been going down for this right here, because if you just like go and buy your groceries on the day, don't do that no more. Get your groceries, try to get as much as you can up front, because honestly, the price you pay today might be better than the price you pay in a week from now, man. The way this junk is going, it's like every day these banks is having all kinds of crazy issues. They have they already getting things set up for their new system. SWIFT sets out blueprint for central bank digital currency network. This is why this is happening, y'all. This is why this is going down. This is why all the banks are failing all over and you having issues. Other countries are already having bank runs. South America, they having bank runs and stuff. People going to the bank having trouble getting. It's already even happening here. I watch a lot of the prepper channels, because preppers, they stay, they keep their ear to the ground. So I watch a lot of these dudes, and almost every single major prepper I watch, they all got a story about them trying to get money out the bank. There was this one dude, he was down here in Florida, and he was working on an extension for his house. And so he's like, well, let me go and, go and get some money out the bank. So now listen to his wording. He goes, yeah. So he's like, I go to the bank. I just go to get $9,400. No money, a little bit of money. Like, $9,400, a little bit of money. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I ain't gonna sit here in front like $9,000 ain't nothing. Like, I'll just be running around like, oh, $10,000 just fell out of my pocket. Oh, good luck for you, but son, like, bro, that's $9,400, and he got that much because $10,000 is like the limit where you got to go and meet with the managers and write the request ahead. So he got just below the limit to do it, and they wouldn't let him get that money. And he was. Oh, it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I laughed because, you know, as Hebrews, we used to going in the bank trying to get money out, and they looking at us like, oh yeah, what you do for a living, sir? They always ask you that when you come for a big. Anytime you pull like a decent sized withdrawal, oh, what do you do for a living? I work at my business university. That's what I do. Like, get out of my business. What you need to know what I'm pulling this money for? What is your concern? What I do for a living? Give me my money and help the next person. Like, get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Oh, the dude actually that pulled it out, he used to be military, so he probably pulling some government money, and you know how that is. You know how that is. But he was like, it was hilarious because they asked him those questions. Now they're starting to ask the Gentiles those questions when they go to the bank to get their money out, and they don't like it. Cause I agreed with him. I'm like, yes, it's mind your business. It ain't none of your business. That's right. It's none of you. It's my money, and I want it now. Forget it. Like, it was so bad they didn't want to get a man his money. They start like the one dude. There was another guy that went to get the money out. They literally would not let him get. They let him get half of what he wanted, and then they made him wait a week. And then while he was waiting, the bank would call every other day. Sir, are you being extorted? Is there something going on? We can help, you know. We have ways to help you. You don't have to pull this money out if you really don't want to. They don't want these people to take their money out of the banks. Like, y'all, this is why they have the puppet show going on. This is why the Muppets is out here singing and cooning and dancing and twirling around. This is why they trying to keep the Hebrews distracted by throwing these garbage movies in front of your face. This is why they doing everything they can. I'm talking about they got, every time you turn around, it's some other famous person making the OnlyFans. Next thing you know, Nancy Pelosi gonna make a OnlyFans. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, what's going on? And they want you to look at that and focus on that so you can't see that they finna pull the money out of your wallet in the back. Look, I'm gonna say this for YouTube's sake. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but that's actually just stupid to me, that whole concept, because why do you got to be a financial advisor? Anybody who sits down and learns a monetary system, like, it's not rocket science. They use these crazy words and stuff to try to confuse you, but it's not rocket science. They sell debt. This is what they do. America offloads its debt into other currencies, into other places, and these other countries have to basically buy America's debt. This is how America can stay on top. They offload the debt and everybody else. Oh man, right, Rubo? I was already scarred with her beach picture. I was like, oh God, why? Oh. It's like a dead lobster. Oh, somebody get her. It was so bad. Oh, that picture was bad. I was like, why? You know good and well you should have just kept your little pasty behind. Ooh. Man, my eyes. I had to bleach my eyes after that nonsense. But the dollar dead, man. It's going down. They've been pushing debt on all these other countries, and the countries is pushing back. But the whole point of all of this is for this right here, the digital currency. London Financial Messaging System, SWIFT, has laid out its blueprint for a global central bank digital currency, CBDC, network following an 8-month experiment on different technologies and currencies. The trial, which for the last month has involved both France and Germany's national central banks, as well as global lenders like HSBC, that's China, y'all, Standard Chartered, and UBS, looked at how CBDCs could be used internationally and even converted into fiat money if needed. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Can you say one world government, man? It's right here, bro. It's right here. This is why they got the doggone trash pandas wearing White Lives Matter shirt and running around with a doggone fashion show for White Lives Matters. This is why you got the doggone Little Mermaid causing all these problems and these folks yelling. I mean, it's just stupidness because they don't want y'all to see that this is what they ready to do. They want to sneak this up on folks because they're going to be too busy concerned with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's new series. And, I got to go watch it because it's going to be good and all the drama. And you so just sucker for drama. You missing what's going on right around you. Then you're going to go into the grocery store and be like, why can't I afford apples? They $40 for a bag. What in the world is going on? It's crazy. And then it's not just that. The currencies are falling. We're seeing businesses go away. This has been happening since 2020. And we can see the setup for how all this was going. Because after it, the funny thing was essential businesses during lockdowns. It was you had to be essential. They told people who had raised their businesses for years, oh, you're not essential. But liquor stores, you're essential. You can be open. Grandma's pharmacy, you might just be able to be open. But if grandma had a bakery that she's been running on for 40, 50 years, yeah, grandma, you're not essential. But that weed distillery over there, yeah, they're essential. People need to go get high during this here pandemic. We need them nice and high and distracted. Need their brains washed up so they don't see that we're ripping money out of their pockets. Exactly, Ivy. Cut my check and let me know, man. Look at here. That right there. Cut my check. I don't want no parts of this nest. Y'all can have it. Y'all, some of these brews. I just seen a video today. Some brew talking about, Egypt is in America. Oh, America is where the promised land is. Okay, Negro, you can stay then. You stay. You have fun with that. You stay. We gonna go. We ain't trying to stay here. You can do that by yourself. More small businesses closed. This is Yahoo News. So again, no conspiracy theory. I know people, he just be saying it. It's everything fine. He just fear mongering and you just be attributing. No. Everything's good and dandy and blah, blah, blah. Okay, believe that if you want to. Believe it if you want to. Believe that trash if you want to. When Paul, I'm not even going to try to say his last name. Was it Travis Anudo? Travis Anudo announced that he was closing his Brent Park store in November the 12th. The phone rang off the hook, he said. All those well-wishers and urgings to stay couldn't change his mind. The 113-year-old store is another Thunder Bay business that has succumbed to the post-pandemic aftermath of high fuel and transportation prices, worker and supply shortages, and high food cost increases. Nobody can afford all this extra gas prices. It's hard to afford all these prices. The small businesses are going to be the first ones to buckle because it's already ridiculous now to just, if you have a fleet, if you have a company that depends on just trucks and stuff, man, I don't want to see your bottom line. I don't want to see it. The problems reflect an availability and sales for its products of European imports, which include fresh meats and deli products, along with German, Croatian, Dutch, Hungarian, and Polish products. He cannot afford to stay in business. This is just one of many. This one here actually is in Canada. It's all over the world. It's all over the world. And this is all happening because of this right here. Most economists believe the program helped rescue the U.S. economy. Y'all feeling rescued yet? You feeling the prices just coming down, and you feel this great economy that we're in? I literally had somebody from one of my Gentile homies come and say, "Oh, the American economy is the best state ever," and I thought he was trolling me. I'm like, "Bro, are you serious? Like, are you high right now? Are you doing something serious? Like, it's okay. We can get you some help if you on fentanyl or something, because you got to be on crack to think that this is a good economy." Like, you got to be on some good. I mean, man, your brain is outside the firmament, chilling in the depths somewhere. I don't know. Like, for you to think that this is a good economy, bro, come on, man. This is a good economy. This is the good economy right here. Facebook parent Meta lays off 60 workers at random using an algorithm report. Now, look at the irony in that. Look at the irony. The pure irony in this. that the same people that designed the algorithm that be getting you your Facebook 7-day lockdowns got fired by an algorithm. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all still working on my heart. Schadenfreude is still kind of strong in me, and I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better, but the Schadenfreude is a bit strong in me right now because I know they were sitting there with their pink hairs and 16 nose piercings. It's like, oh my God, this is so bad. How could this happen? Oh my God! Ow! Oh, no, Shelly. Go ahead and turn in your laptop and get on out of here. The robot has determined that you are not needed. They got fired by a robot, y'all. They got fired by a whole robot. Like, bro, come on, man. Come on. At least you get fired by a human. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But you got fired by a robot, dog. Oh man, how'd they let you go? Algorithm, pick my name out the box. And I hope it was one of the people that gave me a 7-day ban. I hope it was one of them. I was just saying, you're going to give me a 7-day ban because I say woman means woman and man means man and little kids shouldn't be taking hormone blockers and you won't give me a ban. Nah. Facebook is the latest large tech company to begin mass layoffs, choosing 60 contractors reportedly at random using an algorithm. The irony, bro, I just can't get past it. It's just like, I love it. You sit there and design the same thing that just gonna basically fire your behind. Boy, I tell you what, talk about your own falling on your own sword. Ooh, Lord, y'all has a sense of humor, boy. I tell you. The unlucky contractors were employed by Meta via its Austin office of Accenture, despite the company having nearly $500 million deal with Meta to provide workers in content moderation and business integrity. In other words, censorship. According to Business Insider, workers were informed via a video conference call that they would have no work as of September the 2nd with pay ending on October the 3rd. Dog, you got fired over a doggone video call, man, via algorithm. I'm telling you, man, but the American economy is doing well. But the American economy is doing awesome and doing great and doing well. Don't let these folks gaslight y'all. Don't let these folks, you go out here, get your pantries ready, get your refrigerators and freezers ready. If you can just store even 2 weeks of food extra, buy extra little, canned food and things that you can store in stock because it's getting goofy, real time, goofy out here right now. Goofy. And this is going to continue. Facebook are letting folks go. And a lot of other big companies too. I think Walmart shut down some stores. Walmart shutting down stores and stuff. I mean, that's not a surprise. You walk in Walmart now and you got to check out your own stuff. You got to go. I'm like, you remember when Walmart used to have like 30, 40 some odd aisles? And you used to be able to go and you could pick an aisle and stuff, and you have somebody like ring you out. That don't exist no more. I haven't seen somebody on a register at Walmart in years. And they've been get rid of people via automation too. An automated voice. Exactly. And the automation is coming. I went by this one fast food spot one time after had to go to work and go to a place, took my son there real quick, and the doggone order taking machine was an automated machine. I was blown. I thought it was like, just somebody, talking maybe real proper or something. I knew I was in the hood. So I'm like, okay, this ain't a white person up there at the register talking like this because this is the middle of the hood. And there's like, hi, thank you and welcome from calling. Thank you for coming to Checkers today. Would you like to try our blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, wait, okay, you too happy and too preppy. And I'm not on that side of town. There's something amiss right here. Something is amiss. And I'm telling you, I knew it was funky when I got to the front and they said it had, and they repeated my order back perfectly. I was like, yo, is that thing an AI back there? And they were like, yes, all of them. Nothing but Hebrews in there. They turned around looking at me like, bruh, Yes, and it got the order perfectly. And I'm talking regular, because you know me now. After I figured out it's a computer, I'm like, oh, I'm finna test your gangster. I pulled out every southern draw. All right, let me get that number one. I'm gonna get that with no onions on that bit, and let me get oh, I pulled it out, and it got it. It got it. I was, man, it's only a matter of time. And I told them too. I said, bro, how long before they replace y'all? And they already have that. They already, hold on, you know me. Let's hold on. Let's do the fry robot first. Got a robotic fry cook, and his name is Flippy. That's the trip about it. Robotic fry cook Flippy is getting a new look. They call him Flippy because he flippy you the bird as he take your job. Look at this junk, yo. Look at this mess, man. A whole automated kitchen. The dude is just there just to make you feel like humans gonna be there, but really the human that's gonna be there is gonna be the dude making sure the robots is online and oiling the robots and all that. That's all that's gonna be. That human ain't gonna be there. Ain't gonna be no server human. It's all robots. They got the whole robotic thing set up. Hold on, let me show you the let me mute that. I don't know if that music is copyright, and I don't want to give YouTube any little reason. But this is the machine right here, dipping fries. Now, when I was 14, my first job was at McDonald's, and this is what I did. So they ain't now, Matt, no 14-year-old is gonna be working at McDonald's no more. You're gonna have Flippy out there. Just sitting there giving you I know one thing though. I bet you them fries ain't never gonna be salty. You ain't never gonna get no salty fries. You ain't never gonna get no not barely cooked fries when they try to hurry up and rush cook it to get you out the line. Man, look at here. They got a whole robot. You see, all the person doing is there to help Flippy. That's it. And then pretty soon, they won't even need that person there to help Flippy, because Flippy gonna be like, I'm good. I don't need you, bro. I appreciate you. Just make sure my oil is good. That's it. That's it. A whole robot out here flipping burgers and doing fries and gonna be handing it out the window and all that. Like, this is what they're getting ready for. This is what they're getting everything standard for. This is why they got you distracted. Because then as soon as you turn around and wake up, oh, you got fired because Flippy come here and do your job all day and night and don't even ask for days off. All Flippy need to do is just get there and work. That's it. Man, look at here. They gonna have y'all out here looking crazy. If you don't be ready, Flippy gonna be in there. You already got the kiosk. That was step one. They doing it slow. See, that analogy that they throw out about the frogs is wrong. Frogs don't sit in water like that when you boil. Frogs got more sense than humans. The frog, when he feel the temperature jump up, he gonna be like, I'm out of here. I done seen enough Asian cooking shows where they be cooking them frogs because they love frogs. Blech. Gross. But they love them some frogs. And I haven't seen them frogs sit up in there and they be trying to get out. Like you can't cook no frog like that. But humans, give them some complacency, give them a little bit of a talent show, you know what I'm saying? Give them a little song and dance minstrel show go on. Oh, they'll be sit there happy and fat until you pull the rug right out from under them. We the frogs in the pond, exactly. We the frogs. Humans are the frogs in the pond. We the ones that's going to be sitting here and going to have Flippy come in to replace us. And it's not just Flippy, too. Warehouse, same thing. They have warehouse robots. I'll show you. I mean, I didn't intend on going here, but you know what I'm saying? I remember they had these at CES last year. They showed a whole bunch of them. Got warehouse robots for fulfillment centers. So these are the basic ones right there. That's not even the real ones. What's his name? Which one was it? I want to say it was Kroger. Yes, I'll pull that up. Kroger. Hold on. Kroger. Kroger opens first $55 million automated warehouse in Butler County. Kroger opened America's first automated warehouse in Monroe this week. The 55,335,000 square foot customer fulfillment center features digital and robotic capabilities that allow Kroger to assemble an order of approximately 50 items in 6 minutes with robots instead of approximately 30 to 45 minutes with a Kroger employee picking them up from various areas of the store. 6 minutes, bro. 6 minutes. This they just want pure profit. They don't care about nobody bottom line. They know you're going to be wanting more money. They know that people out here going to be trying to get more cash. They don't care. They finna replace you with a robot and make you go sit in the pod and eat bugs. Gonna get your new president, Klaus, telling you, yes, you will eat the bugs. You will like the bugs. You will own nothing and you will be happy. It's the great reset and you have to be happy. Dude sound like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. Every time I hear this dude talk, I be thinking that James Bond finna come out somewhere and try to like have a battle with this dude or something, man. This dude is ridiculous. This is what they're talking about. It's set to like, this is crazy. All automated. The whole thing automated. The only humans working there are the IT guys and the dudes working on the robots, making sure they good. And maybe a supervisor here and there to make sure the robot's doing what they're supposed to do and making sure the humans doing what they're supposed to do with the robots. Like this junk here is crazy, man. Crazy. Like they working their way up. They already trying to work on AI that write code too. Oh, think I'm tripping? Where is it? AI learns to write his own code. Yeah, that's another one here. That's got 5 tools. AI can generate code to help programmers. They got AI generated code now. The AI will go in and check code and generate it, and will go in and help you make code and stuff. Yeah, there it is. DeepMind's AI Alpha Code AI writes code at a competitive level. Ain't nobody safe, man. I used to be like, well, at least the programmers and the IT guys will be good. Nah, bro. They'll make the computers work on themselves. They go exactly, Jay. Exactly. All of that. Come on, man. And these people, they never seen no movie. They know they made the movies. They know they put it out there. Like, are you serious? DeepMind has created an AI capable of writing code to solve arbitrary problems posed to it, as proven by participating in a coding challenge and placing, well, somewhere in the middle. Now, that may sound like, oh, it's just somewhere in the middle. That's amazing that an AI can go to a programming challenge and even compete decently. Those coding challenges are not easy. I look at them sometimes from time to time, just admire the dudes that be doing these crazy behind iterative processes. And you got an AI that can do that product on its own. Come on, man. See, look, yeah, they use them in surgical procedures. I've seen some of those too. Some of those machines they use for that. It's ridiculous. They already have them. Judean Warrior, they already, at my brother's, no, his old place where he used to stay, he moved to a different spot. But at his old complex where he used to live, we used to call it RoboCop. They had a neighborhood robot that literally would patrol the neighborhood. It looked like a Cylon. For those who don't know what Cylons are. It looked like the old school Cylons. Nah, that's the new, those are, hold on. Let me go to Google. That junk was crazy looking, man. I seen that thing. I was like, what in the world? It was something like that, except it had more of a box shape, but it literally had like a shape similar like that. I was like, dude, is this a Cylon? Like, what is this thing? And it didn't have legs. It was like rolling on treads. But literally it had like a camera in the front like that, and it had the little light. You could see it, scanning around, and it just rolled around the neighborhood. Rolling around the neighborhood. You got this being your neighborhood watch. Just rolling around the neighborhood, just chilling out, hanging out, rolling in the neighborhood. They already got the robot dogs that you see with Boston Dynamics. The police department using them in New York and other places too, in the Army, all of them. Like this, man, look. This is why they destabilizing the system. This is why Swift is getting ready to do a CBDC, and get you ready to get on a digital currency. And if you say something they don't like, they cut your money off. This is why they destabilizing the current system and making it so you can't even buy food. They're gonna have people so destitute they finna break these jokers down. See, the curses is coming back on these folks, man. That's what we really witnessing. We're witnessing the reversal of the curses. But what's gonna happen is coming back sevenfold. Because see, yeah, they didn't let us buy nothing. They just said, oh, Negro, nigger, go in the back door. You can't come in the front here. You can't come in like that. For them, it ain't gonna be like you can go somewhere and go in the back door. You ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. If you sit there and have a bad thought, if you think wrong thoughts, they will know. Oh, you think that's crazy? Oh, you think that's crazy? Let me come over here real quick. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain computer startup is beat again. This time, a competitor implanted its device into its first U.S. patient. They already implanting computer chips in people's heads, y'all. They already doing it. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain computing startup has yet to receive approval from the Federal Drug Administration to implant its technology in humans. However, Neuralink's competitor, Synchron, now I haven't even heard of them. That was one I hadn't heard of until recently. I was like, who's this? I had to find out who that was. Has implanted its first device into the brain of a U.S. patient. In this case, one with ALS, a neurodegenerative disease that's affected by the patient's ability to move and speak. Now, I just so happen to have this video up here and to show you this is what's coming. This is what's coming down the line. This is the next level of slavery that they have planned.
We're building something we think is going to be transformative. Technology capable of streaming direct thought for people who through injury or disease have lost the capacity to move or speak.
Brain-computer interfaces are a technology that record from a particular area of the brain called the motor cortex.
It's a progressive disease that will eventually cause me to lose my voice and the use of my limbs. But I've embarked on a trial using a Stentrode device.
The promise and the hope of this technology is to regain independence for people who have lost their physical independence. What we're doing differently is using the blood vessels as the natural highway into the brain and lacing the inside of the blood vessels with electrodes or sensors.
See, they call it a stentron. It's pretty interesting because they use stents. For those who's not, medical people who know what a stent is, and I know what a stent is thanks to my wife because she's, works in the medical industry too. They put those in your arteries to help open them up when you have blood clots and whatnot. So what they did was they took a stent and they put electrodes in it, and then they put it in your brain so that it could pick up brain activity. And then this happens.
That can record activity from the brain. Those signals travel through a lead that exits out the body through telemetry unit that goes into a computer, and those signals can be interpreted by the computer into different types of actions or commands.
When the system's connected, we'll be able to see the neural signal flowing through, and we'll spend some time studying those signals while the participant performs specific movements or the participant thinks about performing those movements.
We can translate these signals into switches or clicks. If a patient really wants to use the computer, for example, we can offer them a mouse click, and they can start using the mouse as they would have before they were paralyzed.
That platform then is like a Bluetooth out of your brain to control a computer or a device where there is no need for a keyboard or a mouse. This is a truly hands-free, brain-controlled platform.
So Graham can right now.
That man is sitting there controlling the computer with his brain right now. He got that thing installed he got that stent installed with the leads in his brain, and he's sitting there controlling that computer with his brain. Like this junk right here is serious, man. They getting ready to push this thing next level. Your thoughts will not be your own. When you see those cyberpunk movies and stuff where they always start playing with reality, where they can't tell what's real and what's fake because they be so used to this interactive world that feels real and that feels not. This is how meta gonna go to the next level. Because if they can put this thing in your brain, then you can go into meta. Then guess what? If that thing's in your brain, it can start stimulating feelings in your body. So when you're in the meta world, you're literally going to start feeling those things in your body. So it'll make for a video game where if you're playing the video game and you get punched, you'll feel the punch. Or if you're out in the beach somewhere, you'll feel the heat from the sun and all that. It'll be able to simulate all of that in your brain because this mess is attached to your inside of you. Man, shoot. That absolutely. Don't obey, get a lawsuit. They're going to shut you off. They're going to shut you down. Or even if you have wrong think and bad thought processes, they already starting to do that. They already do it. Now look at Facebook. You can't even say nothing, anything that remotely goes against the Rainbow Hair Coalition. If you even whisper anything that says a woman is a woman and she has ovaries. Oh, Facebook give you a hot 7. And if they don't give you a hot 7, they'll go back in the past and find something that you said in 2002 and be like, nah. But Facebook wasn't even around in 2002. We don't care. You said it on AOL. We got it. They don't care. They're going to throw it out there. This is what they're getting ready for. And we already see these systems in place in China. China is the biggest doggone watched state ever. They got trees full of cameras. The trees is fake and they nothing but cameras. They got facial recognition. They lead the world in facial recognition and cameras. I can tell you right now, there's a bunch of cameras out here in America. They from China too, because China make the cameras so well. And they give them out cheap. And come on, man. They give them out cheap for a reason. For a reason. This junk crazy out here, man. They want to put this on here so they can watch you, see where you going, see where you be at, and then even be in your thoughts so they can see what you're thinking about, see what you manipulate, what you want to be. They already do it now. If your cell phone, if you talk about something in your cell phone, you'll start seeing it in the phone. Start having conversations, or even if you look at something, I can't tell you how many times I look at something for a hot minute, and then I go on Facebook and I'm getting ads about it. All this stuff, man. I agree. That's right. That's right. Because that's the only way they're going to be able to not to track you. Because if you put that thing in your head, Judge Dredd going to pull up on you and give you a summary judgment. That's it. We got to come up out of her, y'all. Come up out of her. All the distractions, all that play, all that. I ain't saying, don't relax, because we definitely need to relax and stuff. But sometimes find new ways in the relax. Find a different way. Learn something different. Learn something new. So because we got to keep our minds sharp. They want to keep us tired and distracted and just caught up on junk food and the junk poison in the air and poison in the water and all that. Because it's hard to get away from the poison. Even if you eating good and you eating greens and you eating all that good stuff, it's still poison because the land is poison. Because they don't follow the laws of Yah. They don't let the land rotate every 7 years. They don't do that. That's what caused the crop dust bowl years ago in America, where the land literally died. The dust bowl. They didn't do it, and they worked the land to death, and the land died. They knew it was going to happen. They knew this. They knew the land was going to do that, but they did it on purpose, so that way they can bring in chemical fertilizers made from oil products, and now you got these plants that's not getting nutrients, and since they're not getting nutrients, bugs is coming around. I didn't know that plants need the nutrients to help fend away bugs, and even roots. The weeds, rather, because their roots will be so full in nutrients, they don't leave nothing for the weeds. They help fight the weeds off. Without the nutrients, they got weeds and bugs. How will we get rid of that? More chemicals. More. And then you can say, mine came from a farm where they had a woman sing to the apples every night. And every morning the oranges were rubbed clean by French maids. And you can have all the fanciest stuff you want, but guess what? That rain that's coming from the sky, that water that rain came from, and we know the water cycle. The water gets in the land, evaporates, turns into clouds. Yeah, that water that was in the ground, in the aquifers and in the lakes, it gets contaminated with these chemicals. And then it gets in the clouds and it rains on those nice organic organic vegetables as well. Somebody said no sound. Can y'all hear me? Litz and Graves said no sound. I'm good. I ain't see it go down. But yeah, man. They got this junk set. If y'all can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. I know Facebook is YouTube is feeling a little way. Okay, cool. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, they want to keep you. They want to have this stuff. It's all a cycle over here. This is why everybody that leaves America and goes into other countries, they lose weight and they say the food tastes better. Because it's not contaminated. This is why other countries have borderline embargoes on American food. In the UK, they make you pay extra for American food because it's unhealthy. The stuff that they allow over here is not even allowed in those countries. They're not allowed. They shut down some Quakers. They had a farm and they gave meat that they didn't put chemicals in. They shut them down saying the meat didn't meet FDA standards because they didn't bathe their meat in chemicals. What? So the meat that's chemical free is unsafe, but the meat that's bathed in bleach is okay. Like these cats on TikTok that's out here putting NyQuil on chicken and meat and cooking the meat and marinating it in NyQuil. That's FDA's like, yeah, that's cool. That's fine. That's okay. It's good. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Skittles aren't toxic. Yeah, it's not like Skittles ain't covered in plastic and pig entrails with that gelatin and all that nastiness. All of this stuff is crazy. Lisa Cabrera had a thing talking about candy corn, and she was 100%. I remember when candy corns used to taste like butter and stuff. Now they taste like little plastic BDBs. I felt like last time I had a candy corn, I thought I was biting into a Ninja Turtle toy or something. That thing was so plasticky. It was disgusting. I felt like I was 5 years old again with a truck playing around in a truck or something. Like it was crazy. This junk is goofy. They put it all everywhere, but all of this stuff is to put us down in the control. It's all a control. This is why they want to limit how you can spend. They want to limit. They're putting all the limits on you so they can back everybody in the corner. So you're gonna be forced. See, they always try to do these little things first when they do stuff like this with these the Neuralink and all that. They say, oh, it's gonna help people walk again. Oh, this guy has ALS. Look at him. Now he's self-sufficient. Isn't that good? Don't you want this? Look at that man. He served in the army too. He served this country and now he has it. Isn't this a good thing? Why wouldn't you want that? This is good. It's good. Yes. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's why they want to put that toxic crap in your head so you can't focus and see and think that, if they can get images and they can get signals out of my brain, can't they put signals in my brain? It's actually it was a tabletop game created by a Hebrew, actually. His name is Mike Pondsmith. It's called Cyberpunk 20. Actually, I think at the time it was actually called Cyberpunk 20. It wasn't 2077. It was 2016 or something like that, because he made it in like the 70s and the 80s, and they made it into a video game recently, and even in an anime they called it Cyberpunk 2077. And in the game, everybody has implants in their brain, and they can pick up shards and put these little, like, they're basically like little SD cards, and put them in their brain, and they'll be able to read information. And because they have their brains networked and wired like that, you can hack people's brain. The game has a mechanic where you can hack the brain and you can upload basically your own programs, like viruses, into the brain to make people do stuff. So you can overload their brain unit and give them a neuroshock that shuts them down, or you can give them a little humble suggestion that makes them pull out a pistol and self-delete themselves. Cyberpunk 2020. Thank you, Eric. Like, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was 2020. I couldn't remember which year they had it in. I knew it was one that passed. That's what it was. That was what the tabletop was called. And they've made it into a video game now. And it talks about all these concepts, all these things that we thought were just cool little stories back in the day. It's like, oh, look, Flash Gordon. Ha ha. Oh, Mad Max. Man, that's crazy. Ha ha. Man, I tell you, half of these doggone kids, when I go to pick my son up from school, half of them jokers look like I'm in Mad Max. Like, sometimes when I pull up there, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I be just want to break out a song. We don't need another hero. Boom. Like, it's crazy. They be looking wild out here, man. We looking like that right now. All this crazy stuff that they got going on in the world. That they getting this people ready for the okie doke to come in with this crazy slavery. This slavery that's coming is not going to be like the slavery before, man. This slavery is not going to have no escape. They're going to have chips in your brain. See, before they gave us brandings, they put the fleur de lis on us. That little saint symbol that they got out there. That's the symbol they used to put on slaves and use it to mark slaves. So they put physical tattoos and stuff and marks on us to keep track of us. The tattoo that they going to have going to be digital, and it's going to be in their brain, and you ain't going to be able to escape it, because they're going to be able to track your behind. Just like your cell phone. Right now, our cell phones, they be tracked. Even if you turn, that's why you can't take the battery out of your cell phone no more. Why you think they don't allow you to take the battery out? Because they want to track you. that even when you turn your phone off, it's still on and it's still reporting and still bouncing off of all these cell towers. They track you even now. This junk is expanding. And guess what? Remember when those who saw my community post, they even still are doing neural tracking even now. They're doing the neural tracking even now. They've been doing it for years. But this is going to take it and step it up to the next level. See, this mess is it's demonic how they're executing and doing these things. I'm not against giving a person something that will help them walk again. Like if there's you legit have like a neurodegenerative disease or something that's going on with your brain, and we were finding a way to help mend those synapses and mend that in your brain, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with healing the body and fixing the body. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way these people are doing and presenting this technology is demonic, because they want to be like these fallen angels are using these people because they want to be like the Most High. But see, the Most High gives us free will. Even though he got the ability to reach down and make us do whatever he wants us to do, but if he make us do what he want to do, ain't nothing you can do. He got the power to do that, but he don't, because he want our affection for him to be genuine. These fallen watchers, they don't care. They want you to serve how they want you to serve, and they will manipulate you every way they can. Neuromarketing, what you need to know. The field of neuromarketing, sometimes known as consumer neuroscience, studies the brain to predict and potentially even manipulate. I'll read that again. Studies the brain to predict and potentially even manipulate consumer behavior and decision-making. Over the past 5 years, several groundbreaking studies have demonstrated its potential to create value for marketers. This is from 2019, y'all. This is not nothing new. They've been doing this right here for years. This Neuralink and all this brain stuff is just the next evolution of this trash right here. Over the past 5 years, several groundbreaking studies have demonstrated its potential to create value for marketers. But those interested in using its tools must still determine whether that's worth the investment and how to do it well. Neuromarketing loosely refers to the measurement of physiological and neural signals to gain insight into customers' motivations, preferences, and decisions. Its most common methods are brain scanning, which measures neural activity, and psychological tracking, which measures eye movement and other proxies for that activity. This article explores some of the research into those methods and discuss their benefits and drawbacks. Potential users of neuromarketing should be cautious about partnering with specialty firms. Experts warn that the field is plagued by vendors who oversell what neuromarketing can deliver, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they strap you in and put diodes give you a hat with diodes, and you'll have like a belt with a hard drive in it, and it will record your brain activity. They'll start putting ads. They'll put stuff in front of you and measure your reactions to everything that you're doing. They measure your actions. So you thinking that you going in and you pick this, you like that commercial because they just made a witty commercial. No. That commercial done been through iterations. They done have people wired up, and they literally measure your reactions. I'm gonna show you. This is a video. This is a company here. They're called Neurons, and they're showing neurometric data for a Bank of America ad. So somebody was wired up, and they gave them a Bank of America ad, and what it's going to do is it's going to show you where their focus is. Watch this.
We have the power
to make a difference.
You see those little the red dot? The red dot is where the eye is and all the little peripheral focus. They're measuring that.
Right now.
We have the power
to choose to include,
to create clean energy, to provide access to education for all.
We have the power to end discrimination and bias,
to rid the world of AIDS once and for all,
to raise capital
and be fearless entrepreneurs,
to understand different perspectives.
We stand behind all our partners working to make a difference. What would you like the power to do?
You see all those red dots and all that stuff that they put on there? That's them measuring where your focus is and how to look at the screen and what you got going on. And they do this in multiple ads. They do this with there's another one. They do it with video games. That's another one. That's one I'm gonna talk on too. Which one is this one? That's not the one. Oh, I must have closed it out. Dang it, I can't find that one. They had another one where they had the different brands listed up, and they had like all the different like chip brands and all that stuff. They'll show you like you'll get like Lay's, and they'll show you different packages, and they'll have you wired up to this machine, and they measure your responses to each of these packages and how it makes you feel, and make you answer a questionnaire, and they gather all this data. See, they used to have to do this analog. They used to have people to come in and volunteer, and they would have to do this on a manual way. But now they don't got to really do it like this no more. Because guess what? Amazon tracks your purchasing habits. That's why when you open up Amazon, it shows you all kinds of stuff that they think you might want to buy. This is why Google will show you stuff that they think you want to buy, that they'll be popping up stuff on the side. Like if you go looking up camping equipment, then all of a sudden every ad you're going to see is camping equipment. This is the same thing, the same algorithms, all this stuff. They're getting these things together to basically make a digital composite of you to predict what you're going to do. I will be like the Most High. I will ascend into heaven. Satan want to know the future too, but see, he can't know like Yah. He can't know like Yah the beginning from the end. So he got to go through nefarious means. He got to hack your brain and to try to get into your thoughts to get in to figure out what you got going on. And this is what they've been doing for years. For years, we've been watching commercials and we be watching and doing stuff, thinking we liking stuff just because it is. And they've been programming us to tell us what we like. They'll do even smells. McDonald's has a whole thing where they go in and they test different smells and measure people's reaction to the smell and find smells that light up sections in your brain that make you hungry and give you pleasant feelings and make you want to spend money. They do all of this. This is all like this crazy machinations that they be coming up with. And now they finna take it to the next level. This place is wicked, y'all. Absolutely wicked. And mess like this is why it's coming down. But it's still going to persist because we know this one world government is going to come forward. We see it coming. I mean, come on now. You know what this is for. You know what this is for. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for the dollar. It's going to be, what they call it? They said it's going to be a global central bank currency. And we already know that everybody dumping dollars. China dumping dollars. The Bank of England dumping dollars. This is coming to a full one world government. You can't see that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Keep just going and keep enjoying your delusion and enjoy eating the bugs and living in the pod. This exactly 78 vet. Exactly. We have to renew our minds. We have to shed this system. That's why I started talking about all these distractions and all this stupidity and all this nonsense that they have going on the web. We got to shed this mess because we got to pay attention to what's going on. I ain't saying you got to be a financial expert. I ain't saying you got to be an expert in everything, but you should be cognizant of how the world that around you works. This mindset that they gave us. I love that. Renew your mind, because this mindset that they gave us, it's just like, that's just somebody else's thing. I'm not good at that. No. You can put your mind and do whatever you want. Don't let them. They did it through such slick ways. Because if you think about it, look at how they did TV shows back in the day. The jock was always a popular dude with all the girls, and nobody really wanted to be Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel, he didn't pull Laura's attention until he became a whole nother nigga. He had to create a potion and become a whole nother man to even make her look his way. And then she didn't even want to be with the nerdy dude until she had got dumped by all the other dudes. And then this man had to go and become a rocket scientist to join NASA before she finally decided to look at him. Like, come on, man. They've been programming us from back then. The nerd was always the smart person was always the little nerdy one. And the jock and, focus on the fun and all that. They've been programming us, telling us, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about that. They don't want you to worry about it. So that way they can get you ready and work in the background to get their digital currency going. That's what they get. Yeah, Stefan, exactly. They're trying to get their digital currency going. They've been programming us for years to make us not pay attention so they can show the little puppet with one hand, and while the other hand is taking money out of our pockets and getting a new cage and a new slave system ready to go. These folks be tripping, man. The system is falling, y'all. The system is falling. And I'm going to leave you with this one fun little anecdote here. I thought this was hilarious. I literally laughed out loud for a while. This right here made me laugh so much. South Korea missile drill with the U.S. malfunctions after successful North Korea launch. So in case you haven't heard, North Korea launched a missile over Japan, and it was their furthest missile launch ever. They launched the missile clean over Japan. Everybody in Japan was going into shelters. They stopped the trains. It caused a whole lot of problems in Japan, and they sent the missile flying over Japan. So United States was like, nah, we finna come back. and we finna do what we finna do. Nah, we gonna show you. So they got hooked up with South Korea, and they launched some missiles, and the missile malfunctioned. Seoul, South Korea, a malfunctioning South Korean ballistic missile blew up as it plowed into the ground Wednesday during a live fire drill with the United States that was a reprisal for North Korea's successful launch a day earlier of a weapon that flew over Japan and has the range to strike the U.S. territory of Guam. The explosion and subsequent fire panicked and confused residents of the coastal city of Ganyong, who were already uneasy over the increasingly provocative weapons test by rival North Korea. Their concern that it could be a North Korean attack only grew as the military and government officials provided no explanation about the explosion for hours. It was like, hey, y'all, so how we going to spend this? Because Rocket Man, Kim Jong-un, launched his rocket and it worked. And this is a United States rocket, so we need a good story. They screwed up, man. Yeah, exactly, Susan. You ain't gonna hear that on the news. See, they ain't gonna talk about that. They ain't gonna tell you about. They're gonna tell you, oh, Russia's running. And I'm not gonna go full on into that narrative, but everything they're saying about Russia is not true. It's not true. They've been lying. They've been lying, and they've been lying, and they've been lying. Look at here, man. Russia is regrouping right now. They got all their people lining up, and no, the people ain't leaving Russia and running away and all that. They keep showing all this old file footage and all this old stuff. They lying, man. They lying. The United States don't got the military wherewithal to hang with China and Russia and everybody that's getting ready. I mean, you see this, the missile dropping, and then you also got the issue. What was it? I think it was in 2020 when they were running. They were doing drills with the Marines. And the Marines, well, was the Marines or was the Army? I can't remember which branch it was, but they were losing. The Europeans were whooping. They beat the Americans in drills. Like, come on, man. It's not it. That's not it, man. This is America's coming down, bro. That's all I can say. It's all I can say. This is whole what you call clown world right here. They try to go and, oh, you want to launch a missile? We gonna launch back. And then that joker fell down and burnt the base. And they ended up burning themselves. Yeah, I agree, Judean Warrior. It's going to be a long, long, long one. And yes, they got, and it's not even, they said it wasn't even 1% of the army. They got like 300,000 dudes ready to come. I seen the video of them just marching it. I mean, it's long lines of them just all lining up in transports, getting ready to go. They regrouping, man. Russia is regrouping right now, y'all. Don't believe the hype. They not losing. Putin's not. See, they trying to spin this narrative that Vladimir Putin's desperate, that he's backed into a corner. You know, again, you can tell that it's from people that make Hollywood movies because it literally sounds like some junk out of a Hollywood movie. And these folks over here are so gullible. They literally, oh, Putin is evil. He's evil. I'm like, what you call America, bro? Like, what do you mean? At least with Putin, you know what you're getting. America over here talking about, oh, we your friend, we good. Nobody was talking about America when they bombed the mess out of Syria. Nobody was talking about America when they bombed the mess out of Baghdad and all these other places. And they didn't sit here and say, oh, that's a civilian structure. They didn't care. They dropped bombs. They don't care. They even just did it in Afghanistan. Dropped the bomb randomly and killed that family for no reason. Man, come on now. The hypocrisy is coming to an end, and Yah is getting ready to judge this place, man. The judgment of Yah is here. We see them falling everywhere. I mean, look, they can't even launch a missile properly no more, man. They can't launch a missile. The only thing that they're good at now is lying to people because that's all they're doing. They're lying. But people going to be caught unawares when they find out that Putin wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. And I truly believe that he baiting them. He baiting them in because as soon as they come in and jump on that territory, all I'm going to say is they lost track of one of his nuclear submarines, one of the biggest, baddest ones that got this nuclear bomb on it that they say could shoot it off the coast and cause like a tsunami that'll basically just sink the whole East Coast and it'll sink the UK and it will just cause all these problems by detonating a nuclear bomb underwater off the coast. Like it's about to get cold. It's about to get cold. It's about to get cold in America, man. Like I said, I always tell y'all in every video I always do, get yourself prepared, man. Get yourself some provisions. Make sure you have, medical kits and stuff. Have you a go bag. Keep your go bag ready. Know what you want to keep. You know what I'm saying? If you got pictures and stuff you want to keep, get that stuff and have it ready for the go bag. Because when this thing happen, it's going you're not going to get a warning. You see that they're not telling people. They told people, how many of y'all heard when they was telling people that inflation was transitory, which is hilarious. Transitory, meaning, it's going to go away. The inflation ain't permanent. It so feel permanent now, don't it? 60% of people living paycheck to paycheck. It's not transitory. If inflation was transitory, then bread would have went back to being a quarter for a whole loaf. Inflation is permanent. It comes and stays. All they do is lie, man. All these people do is lie, and lie. But they lying because America's falling, y'all. I don't think it's gonna be long that we gonna be here, man. I really don't. I mean, one or two things gonna happen because it's getting crazy. It's getting actually really crazy. I mean, every day is something different. Every day is just something different. I mean, within the next couple weeks, you might have some major banks in other nations start crashing. They're already scrambling and playing the PR game to tell people everything's good, everything's okay. Look at the markets. They can try to float the markets as much, but I would say don't even worry about the markets because they be sitting here playing around with it. If you got money in there, get it out. Get it out because you just sitting there holding it and it's just going to go away because these folks, when these banks, the house never loses, y'all. The house never loses. So when the banks' backs against the wall, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to take all that money that's in there and tell you can't get your money out. And they're going to use your money to pay their debts. They're going to not allow you to pull money out. And some banks is already limiting money that people get. There's one dude, one of the preppers, he's, people be calling in and telling them stuff. I can't remember that guy's channel's name, but the one man's credit union put holds on all the money. It doesn't matter who you are. All the accounts in the credit union, if you put cash or get a debit in your account, they put a 1-day hold on it. You get half. It's basically like, if you get a check, they give you half of it, and then you got to wait a day before you can get your stuff. It's happening, y'all. Keep cash on you, too. Try to keep some cash on you. Keep cash, because it's one thing I learned, even just from the hurricane happening just now. If the infrastructure go down, guess what? You can't pay in cards. That Bitcoin ain't going to do you no good when you can't use your digital wallet. All that stuff. Keep some cash on you, man. It's getting wild. But I think it's not a fearful thing because we know for us, y'all's people, for those of us that's really, putting y'all first and trying to follow his ways and follow his laws and not trying to follow this system and the mindset of this system. This is our emancipation, man. This is Southern Prepper. Thank you, Angela Bolden. That's his name. That's exactly his name. That's his channel. And I highly recommend y'all watch the channel because it gives you some good information to keep your ear to the ground. Pay attention. Watch. We got to be wise. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what's going on because you got to be ready to know, okay, things getting crazy. All right, y'all. Get the go bag. Get the go bag and get your lifeboat. Get your life jackets because we might be heading to them boats soon. Oh, man. But it was good being back with y'all, fam. It was good being back with y'all, fam. Yes, Rumahan. That's exactly it. Listen with intelligence. That is exactly it right there. We have to listen and we have to be wise as a dove. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention, not just, we tend to always as brews, you know what I'm saying? That's just how we are. We be watching our surroundings, you know what I'm saying? You always kind of keep your head on the swivel, but keep your head on the swivel also when it comes to these matters in the world. I truly recommend following prepper channels because that's where you're going to hear some of the good news. There's also, let me pull this dude up here. I'll give you these guys here with the Duran are actually pretty they give some pretty good information too. This guy right here, however, I enjoy his commentary. He reads off the different news stories and stuff, and he's mad neutral. And he, will help read through the stories and give you the overview of what the narrative that they're pushing and the things that they're saying. And, he'll even put in his little commentary every now and then, but it's not like overly invasive and trying to force you to go one way or the other. He's like just telling you this is how it is and this is what they're saying, but this is the reality. It's pretty interesting, interesting thing, especially if you want to find out what's going on with Russia. This is pretty much one that's still on YouTube that you can look at. Other than that, you'd have to go to Telegram. And I don't even know if I pull up Telegram right now on YouTube. YouTube will probably be like, we got you. Gotcha, nigga. Get off the channel. You know what I'm saying? They ready for it. They already ready for it. I just saw TCA uploaded how they're talking about they getting ready to not allow conspiracy theories on the platform, and they're not going to promote the conspiracy theories. Yeah, conspiracy theory, that anything that goes against their crazy, silly little narrative. But this dude right here, he gives you good little daily updates where you can kind of hear the real thing of what's going on with Russia and what's going on with Ukraine and all the stuff that's going on. And he gives you good political insights too, that of things that's going on. Because this stuff didn't just happen now. You know, a lot of Americans just started paying attention to it now, but none of them ain't, you know, they ain't paying attention to the real thing that's going on. They're just hearing what's going on in this nonsense system that saying that, you know, Putin is sitting in his room crying and he's going to push the nuclear button because he's desperate. And that's really, I think, the narrative that they're going to push. Because I truly believe that this man going to pull the trigger on these folks, bro. Like he going to pull the trigger. They keep pushing him. They pushing. And he going to pull the trigger on these folks. And when that happens, it's going to be out there. Exactly. All the disinformation. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. But thank Yah that he got us, man. We got to keep our minds focused. Stay out of Babylon, man. Get out of that system. Come out of that mindset. Come out of their distractions. You know what I'm saying? And be focused, because it's getting crucial. It's like everybody been saying. This winter is gonna be different, y'all. It's gonna be different. Things is gonna we already really in a depression. We was in a recession months ago, but then, you know, Sleepy Joe came out and they changed the whole definition of what a recession is. Literally, they changed the definition. You can go in the Wayback Machine and look the day before they said what a recession was, and on a lot of different places they had the definition different. And then after they came out and said, "Oh no, it's this," they all changed the definition. Oh man. These people, man, you know, they look to change time and seasons. They liars. That's all they do. They liars. But guess what? We serve the Father that can tear down all their lies. Because he already know. They just playing into his hand. They think they're doing their game. They think they're finna bring this in. This is good news for us, because we see revelations coming to pass. And we know that horror is going to come down. We know that. We know that Yah is going to take his holy ones and he's going to put us back in the land. He's going to put us back and restore everything that he said, because he's Yah of his word. He said that he's going to do this to show that he is more righteous than we are. He's going to keep his word, even though we didn't keep ours. Our ancestors didn't keep it. But we're going to be able to keep it now, because Yah's changed our hearts. We different now. We not the same like we used to be, man. We all working together. We all get your mindset right. Start thinking about what you're going to do for the kingdom. Start putting your mind in the kingdom mode. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in distractions. Watch what's going on and start thinking kingdom minded. Start thinking, man, when I get in the kingdom, how am I going to use the inheritance that Yah blesses me with to bless the kingdom? How am I going to use that to change the world? Because we're going to be up, Hebrews. We're going to be up. We're going to be the conglomerates and the multinationals at that point. The whole system going to change. It's not going to change in the way that they want. And I know a lot of Christians going to scoff and they're like, they delusional. Oh, we was kings. And okay, yeah, let them laugh. That's all right. Let them laugh. Yah's going to let them laugh their way into their own folly. They're going to laugh their way to their own doom. And that's what's going to happen. And it ain't nothing they can do about it. Ain't nothing they can do about it. This is all of this may seem deary, but it excites me when I see this stuff, because I know it's for our good. I know that, you know, when the plagues and when the all the plagues hit Egypt, that's every plague, they were one step closer to getting free. And that's what we seeing, y'all. We done already seen the nature come and do its thing. Nature still was doing its thing. That thing Ian came down Fort Myers, there's still people without power. We still have clients that's without power. We just got people that just got power restored. Now, all this damage happened, and you got supply lines coming up, and you got all this inflation. Come on now. It's a perfect storm of foolishness, y'all. It's a perfect storm of foolishness. But we know that this had to happen, because it's but Yah. It's him doing this thing for not only for his name's sake, but even for our good. Because he's gonna bring us out with a mighty hand. But we need to be ready. You gotta be ready, man. Don't let your oil run out. Don't let your food run out. Keep yourself ready. And be watching. Keep your head on the swivel, because these folks crazy out here. The folks is crazy. Y'all be careful. I really, really be careful, especially brothers. Be careful because they feed and they really want a civil war to happen. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna, let it end it on this. They really want a civil war to happen. And I go on Twitter and I always see these people out here with they're always showing videos of Hebrews committing crimes. They'll find just everything that they can dig up of a Hebrew committing a crime, and they just been throwing in them. I mean, I'm talking about it's been saturating Twitter for the past year. Honestly, it's been saturating it, and they really want to set this junk up for a war, and they want to war these folks against us. That's why they had when they invaded Mar-a-Lago, the FBI. They also went up on the one Hebrew elder. And of course, they find the Hebrew elder with the Soviet, the little communism star hanging up on there with all that because they want to start something. It's like Michael Jackson; they always starting something. That's what they want to do. They want to start it, and they want to use the anger that these Gentiles is feeling because they ain't used to it. Dude didn't like it when he walked in the bank and they asked, "What you doing with the money?" We used to it. You know what I'm saying? We already know. I know so many Hebrews that have gone in and got a substantial amount of money, and then the teller look at you. You know that look, nigga. You like, "What you doing with all this money, nigga?" Like, what you mean? Run me my cash. They not used to it though. They not used to the police whooping they behind. They not used to it like that. They're not used to when the FBI turning on them. They're like, "Oh my God, you mean to tell me we can't trust the FBI?" And every Negro was like, "Duh, duh." We've been telling y'all that since the 70s. What you thought? We just made stuff up? Okay, they about to feel it now. It's all coming back on them. It's all coming back. The curses is being reversed, but it's coming hard. So stay out of Babylon, man. Stay out of that mess. I thank Yah that he's been really changing my heart and showing me this nonsense. And I just have no desire for Babylon no more, man. I have no desire for this place. I feel so separated from this place. It's not even funny. Like I don't even claim America no more. I'm like, yeah, I'm here because my ancestors was enslaved and I was born here, but it's not like I want to be here. I ain't trying to be here. Nobody ain't trying to be here, especially with what's coming. Ain't nobody trying to be here. I don't agree with none of these politics. All these pink-haired, got 30 body covered in tattoos, shave half your head and leave a sliver of a little bang that's purple, green, and yellow coming down, folks. Nobody care about that crazy nonsense. Nobody on this nonsense that these people is on. But we here for now. For now. Because pretty soon, there's going to be some boats rolling up. And we're going to be getting up out of here, y'all. So y'all keep your head on the swivel, man. Keep your eyes out there because they're trying to start a civil war and they really want to get these people to rise up against us. And I don't like it. It really, I really had to ask y'all to help me, get my heart checked right. Because I don't want to, act off in an untoward way. I don't want to be like them and seek vengeance and be petty and do this tit for tat. It's childish and stupid. I watched two grown men just the other day. They was on these they made comic books and they were sitting there just yelling at each other like children. These men were grown men, older than me. And they were sitting there yelling at each other. I mean, it was so childish and dumb. And I'm like, y'all's country is coming apart and this is what you're doing? And they're going to want to blame us, y'all. You know they're going to want to blame us. Just keep your head on the swivel. Watch yourself out there because these folks is tripping, man. And I don't trust these people. I don't trust this system. And, these folks is gullible. They'll believe anything. Oh, yeah, Negroes are violent. They'll believe that all day. But, when we talk about January 6th, they're like, oh, it's fake. The media, oh, okay. That's fake, but okay. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all coming through. And I ain't going to try to have another big, long hiatus like that because I ain't finna let Babylon work me to death like that no more, man. That junk was a mess. It was a whole mess. And I was not happy one iota at all. But I praise Yah for that time because he really helped me see some things and really helped me even understand how they got us just programmed to just suck the life out of us, man. And got us doing it willingly, like, oh, I'm a good worker. I enjoy this. And man, these people got the system set up to just work you to death. Not no more, though. Y'all's about to break this system down. We see it falling apart, man. We see that the system is coming down, but when this system comes down, the new one that's going to rise, we ain't going to have fiat currency in Israel. We're going to have gold. I don't want you to pay my reparations in dollars. I want gold. I want God's money, gold and silver. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll holler at y'all and y'all be blessed.
Stars shine light in the nighttime. Shine less when I'm in my right mind. I'm blessed where I am. In the lights where I stand. Messiah, lead us in the crowd. The smoke is white. Messiah, lead us in the crowd. The smoke is white.
Telephone poles look like crosses in the hood. Feel like the son of man might be hanging off the wood. Bless the land, bless the land. No more murder, heard he could. Call 100,000 angels, I'm just praying that he would. It's a dark place with big money like party place. Destitute prostitutes burning rubber like a car chase. This is where I'm from and people ask me about a hard face. Shots and rain out and have you searching for a cross space. This feel like the lowest. This is subject for the poets and you know it. Politically incorrect, they do not show this. That's the part of a motive to deceive you. Lord Pharaoh is oppressing your people when we need you. Lord, we need you.
Bright stars shine light in the nighttime. Shine less when I'm in my right mind. I'm blessed where I am. In the lights where I stand. Messiah, lead us in the cloud. The smoke is white.